Alright, so I'm back, finally. Uh, the reason I've been gone so long is, well, for 2 weeks, Christmas was going on and stuff, and then I was reading my books and everything I got for Christmas, been messing around with that. Uh, I been, I got some cool stuff coming up. I say that like I'm a really cool, popular YouTuber, but no, I, I've been working on a script for something that it's not going to be made. I'm probably going to start working on it relatively soon, within like 2 weeks. The script's done, but and it'll probably be out in about 2 months or so. But I think you guys will really like it. Well, I don't know, but I I'm quite excited for it, and it's going to be quite cool. And I can't give much away yet, but as we get closer and closer to it, I will start revealing some more stuff. But yeah, on with the video. This is my fourth pull list. Uh, these books are extremely late. Now, they're late for two reasons. One, I've already stated in an old pull list, I live in Wales. We get comics like a month after America does. So we kind of, we don't get them as, like, so I put up my pull list and I was like, well, I've read these books. But then some people just like me reviewing the books. Like, that's why I can sometimes spoil books, because some people like listening to reviews just for the person's opinion on the book, not for like they don't want to be. It's you know what I mean. You. So these books generally, I'm not going to spoil everything, just in case there are some people who haven't read it yet or are waiting for the trades to come out. But yeah, they've all been out for a good while now. Some of them, like it's on the third issue already, but yeah. Uh, and the second reason for why they're this video is so late is because I had these just before Christmas. I read like three of them before Christmas and three of them after, and it's been anarchy. But I assure you, it will pay off. I've got some really good reviews coming up, some negative, some positive. Uh, and I've got that project coming up, and hopefully from that project will stem a lot of other things. Uh, so yeah, expect a lot in the new year. I'm gonna start doing some cool things, but I think I've rambled on about my channel for about 3 minutes now, so I'm going to get on to the pull list. The first book I want to do is Batman Odyssey issue 2. This is it just says Neal Adams on the front, so I'm assuming I know he did the art and the story. I'm not sure if he did. Oh wait, no, good, he didn't do everything, because that would be really funny if he like did everything. But yeah, the story and art is by Neal Adams, and the colors are by oh, Continuity Studios. So yeah, it's by like a company. But anyway, I rather enjoyed this issue. I actually liked this issue a bit more than I did the last issue. If you didn't see my review of the first issue, I really liked that as well. This is extremely like action packed from start to finish. Now we don't get a lot of the whole. I don't think we get it at all. The whole Man Bat thing. The Kirk Landstrom story. But that's okay, because I was really confused about that. I'm told to not pick up issue 3, 4, and 5, because it just goes downhill from there. I think I'll give issue 3 a try. But from what I've heard, it just gets bad for some reason. Don't know why, but yeah. I kind of like this issue. It's basically two fights going on at the same time. Well, they're not at the same time, but you're reading them. So you read the fight that's going on in like the present time in this book, and then Batman blacks out halfway through the fight, and after like getting shot like a bazillion times, and I really like the page because there's just guys blasting on the top panel, and then we get like almost a full page of just different shots of Batman getting like shot in different places, and it just looks really brutal. And then he's talking about how his armor is like an advantage and everything, and then he passes out, and then we go back to the story that he was talking about in the first issue, and it's really cool because like we thought everything was resolved in the first issue on this story, and then we get, and then we just and then all of a sudden it just switches and it's like, wait, no, bad stuff is still happening, and then we get Batman dealing with his first like real like bad heart like death defying situation, because like it's said that he's been doing this for about a few weeks or so, but this is like the first time he's had like loads of people's lives at stake, and you can see this Batman is really unexperienced, because if you don't know the whole plot of Batman Odyssey, the flashbacks are talking about when he first started being Batman, and then we see the art of like, I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's intentional or not, but the art when we see Batman trying to separate the two trains, because there's a train with a bomb on it and there's a train without a bomb on it. Well, there's a train with a bomb on it, and the tram with a bomb he's trying to separate from the rest of the train with the people on it. So like he's trying to pick it up, and the art, I really like the art in this issue overall. But this is one bit that I've never heard anyone say it, so I think it's just me. But it looks really reminiscent of Dark Knight Returns, because like he kind of looks, you know that panel where Batman, he it's him and the new Robin, the girl, and he's kind of like he's looking down and he's scowling. Well, it looks like a younger version of that Batman, and I really like the art on both the books. They're nothing alike. It's just that panel just reminds me of it for some reason. But yeah, and then we see Batman just because he's so unexperienced, he just freaks out and he just starts shooting because he needs to. He's not freaking out and like killing everyone. He's the whole thing is that he needs to get people to the back of the carriage, and everyone's scared of him, but they're all not moving. So what he does, he just starts firing in the air, and then the people just start running away because they think they're going to kill him. And it just shows that he does whatever necessary to help these people, even if they don't like appreciate his help. He just wants to save these people, and he understands how they're all what you call it? They're all like he doesn't care if they think he's the bad guy as long as they're safe. Now, as much as I want to read this book, the adverts are getting annoying. Right, so we see right at the end, well, close to the end, there's like a massive explosion, and the train is just blown up because the bomb I was talking about. And then you turn the page, and there's a full-page spread advert for Brightest Day. I'm waiting for this to come out in trade, okay? I'm not going to buy every issue of every book. I'm going to wait for it to come out in trade, just like I did Blackest Night. My review's coming up with that. But anyway, you turn the page and you're like, what the hell is going on? Because it looks like some kind of tie-in is just mashed up. No, it's an advert. And admittedly, it's a really, really cool advert, and it makes me want to buy the book like a lot, but yeah, it annoys me. And then we go back into the story. I get annoyed at adverts, but anyway, yeah, that's pretty much what I thought of the book. I think it's really quite what I thought of the issue. It's really quite cool. I like how it's actually quite thick. It took me longer to read it than usual, one issues. But yeah, 9 minutes into the video, I go into the second book. I'll try to make these quick. It's just this and the next book were probably my favorite. So yeah. Next is Batman Incorporated issue 1. This is by Grant Morrison, art by Yannick Pacura. I can't pronounce it, but yeah, I'll probably throw in the cover up on the screen so you'll be able to read yourself. There is nothing I can say about this issue that Branko Derek blows himself up, dude. they're both the same person, and the Real Mano said. Basically, everything they said was right about this issue. It is awesome. It's really just classic Batman, but with a modern feel. It's like it's the old Batman comics, but not for kids, if you know what I'm saying. I mean, you've got the Catwoman scene, which is just awesome. I'm sorry, I love Catwoman. And yeah, not for the reason you guys are thinking. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. Anyway, the jokes about the Japanese, they're kind of off-putting, but I'm not going to complain. I think it's just Grant Morrison. He's done all the serious stuff. He had Batman R.I.P. He had all the gore and stuff in Batman and Robin, and I think this is him just trying to make a Batman book that, yes, is still rather modern, but it's not too serious. It's him having fun with Batman in the first time in a long time. I mean, I don't think that Batman should always be fun. I think there's a need for Batman R.I.P. stories, but this really feels like the start of Batman and Son. It really feels like a fun Batman comic, but it's better than Batman and Son, I gotta say. I just really liked it. I'm not gonna give too much away because it's kind of one of those stories where you have to. You read it, you enjoy it, but if you're one of the people that want to know what happens in this book because you just don't plan on buying it, and you want to know what I think of most of the things that go on, just go over to the Real Manos and look for his review of the issues, where one of the issues is this issue. It's a really good book, and I'd highly recommend you check it out. Okay, this next book. Comment below if you picked it up, because I think I'm the only person on YouTube who has reviewed this. So, yeah. I really like Batwoman. I'm still yet to get the trade Batwoman, I think it's allegedly. I really mispronounced it last time when I reviewed issue 1 for a single issue review. And it really annoyed me because I sounded like a stupid douche. But I'm not taking that down. So, Batwoman, the new ongoing series, has come out. It's not with Detective Comics, it's their own ongoing series, and this is issue 0. I always feel stupid when I say that. But anyway, issue 0. Issue 0 is kind of set up to kind of... It puts everything in place. And then we go with it. So, yeah, issue 0, it's kind of no story. It's not really any story. It's just kind of, for everyone who didn't read, all the Batwoman issues in Detective Comics, this is just telling them where Batwoman is. This is just telling everyone who wants to pick up this, who wants to start picking up this book, where Batwoman is right now. So yeah, it's a really good issue. I'm not going to talk about it that much, except for the art. The art is by the same artist. It's by Greg Rucka. Not Greg Rucka. Oh God, Greg Rucka wrote the first ongoing that was in Detective Comics. This art is by J.H. Williams III, who did the art in the ongoing, and I think did he do the art? It looks a hell of a lot like his art, but he wrote it, I think. Yeah, it looks like he wrote it and did the art. It's kind of like the Neil Adams one. There are other names on here, but the art looks like his style. But he's at the top instead of, second one down, which is usually where the artist is. Can someone please tell me if I'm getting this wrong? But I think he did the art and or at least the penciling, the pencils and the story. But it's basically Bruce. I should say Bruce and Dick now, because that's just confusing. But it's Bruce seeing where Batwoman is right now, and basically he's just finding out everything that's going on with her before he goes around the country, and in turn it's basically narrating everything that's happened with her to us. So that's quite useful. I can't wait till issue 1, where the story will actually start. And I highly recommend, if you're a Batwoman fan, pick this up, because it's basically the same as the last storyline she was in. Not the story, the kind of the feel to it is the same. Okay, next is Batman: The Return, the one shot that I should have mentioned before Batman Incorporated, because it takes place before. But there you go. So Batman: The Return. If you're one of those people who, when they watch reviews of like Batman Incorporated or something to do with something that's happening now, they just put a comment down. Yeah, I like what's happening. It's interesting, but I'd rather Bruce. I don't. No, sorry. I think it's out of character for Bruce to go around the world. So if you're one of those people that thinks that, I personally aren't, but read this issue. The art is really cool. It's Grant Morrison, so it's really cool. How is he writing all these books? It's like does he go out? Because it seems he's writing like 7 titles. But anyway, you have to read this book to understand. This shows that it isn't just random. Bruce isn't just going, you know what? I travelled through time. I think I kind of want to travel the earth now and get loads of Batman. No, if you're one of those people that don't understand why Batman's doing this and think he's out of character, read this. It doesn't give the explanation, but it shows that it's not just Batman doing this for the sake of it. He's going around the earth and around the world and recruiting Batman. And this says this addresses the fact what we were all thinking. Barbara Gordon actually addresses this seems really out of character. This seems like this isn't Bruce, which is what we were all thinking. And it shows that Alfred actually asks Batman, and Batman says, something happened to me when I was away, when I was traveling through time and, dead technically. And this shows that it isn't out of character, and we are going to hopefully we're going to find out what happened, and this really intrigues me. Now, it's a one-shot, so I can't exactly say carry on picking up the series, because it's just a one-shot, but I really recommend you go into your comic book store, and if they do it, mine does, order this. I know it's been out for a while, but if you're a big fan of Batman, you haven't really been reading for a while because of all the confusing stuff that's going on, buy this, read it, and then start picking up all the new Batman books. It kind of says, except for Batwoman, which, if you want to get on Batwoman, read Batwoman issue 0, as I just said. Jeez, you're not listening to me. Joking. Anyway, if you want to pick up Batman Dark Knight, Batman Detective Comics, Batman Incorporated, any of the Batman titles going on right now, read this, and it kind of puts them all into place. It kind of says, okay, if you haven't been following so far, this is what's happening. So pick this up. If your comic store doesn't have it, order it. Get it off eBay secondhand. Although I wouldn't do that because the issue is just so nice. It's so cool. It's really nice to have a new one because it's all like, I don't know what, eBay, you never know what is going to come back like from eBay. It's just, and it's because it's a one shot, they can make like this really nice cover, and I swear in like 10 years this will probably be still in my comic collection because it's just such a nice cover. It's not like a groundbreaking one shot, but it tells you everything. It sets up stuff for Damian, stuff for Bruce, stuff for... It kind of sets up the new Oracle thing that's going on, but not that much. It addresses everything. It tells you it's okay. You can jump on now. If you've been confused and you dropped off, but you want to start getting back into Batman, you can jump on now if you read this book. Read it! I'm probably in my second part right now, but it doesn't matter. You probably stopped listening a long time ago. This is the last book, anyway. Punisher in the Blood. This I really liked. Okay. I think it's gonna be a good book. It's not like it's not as good as Batman Incorporated, but it's good. Mainly because I have never read The Punisher before, but I really wanted to get into him. Walked into my shop, I was like, maybe I should pick up a Punisher trade, but then I just saw this, and he was like, and I asked I call him comic book guy because I can never remember his name, but he's basically the guy who owns the store. And I said, is this a good starting point for Punisher? And he said, well, I haven't read it, but it's a miniseries. It's one of 5. Well, it's the first of 5 in a miniseries. And it's basically, apparently, I should know this, but I didn't. Punisher's been dead for like ages or something. I'm not sure. I didn't really get it that much. I know Punisher fans are just going to be shouting at me now. It's like, no, he hasn't been dead. He's been... I don't know what's going on. But basically, something happened with Punisher. It's been all, like, weird for the last year or so. And this is basically, he said, pick this up. If you like it, pick up the other 4 issues. And it's kind of what Batman the Return did. It kind of says, okay, it's all stopped now. We've started over. That's happened. This is the transaction between Punisher being a zombie or whatever he was to now. So yeah, Punisher in the Blood, the miniseries. It starts off and we get, which I think should be in every first issue or first issue of a miniseries. We have a short description of what's happened, which really helps me because I have no idea of any Punisher history. I have, let's see, my exposure to Punisher, Spider-Man the animated series, or the cartoon, some people call it differently, and Punisher Warzone, and the 2004 Punisher movie. I'm told Punisher Warzone and 2004 Punisher movie, not like the comics. Well, Punisher Warzone is supposed to be like reminiscent of the comics, but I'm told that you need to read the comics. So I picked this up and I'm like, okay, thank you for the short description. Let's get into the story. Punisher is a badass. He did. Oh, I don't know if anyone saw my top 10 superheroes, but this is the comic where he blows up an entire jail because he's like, well, you know, there's only criminals in there. They're probably going to get out, do some more bad stuff. So he evacuates all the guards and just blows it up. And also, I don't know if this is a bad thing or a good thing, but I personally liked it. He's made Punisher versions of every Batman gadget. He's got a Punisher bike. He's got a Punisher, like, you know, Batman does the cape thing. Well, he's got a Punisher hand glider, which is basically the cape thing. And it's just quite funny. And we get, what's his face? Microchip being crazy, which I don't completely understand. It's basically he's talking to a dead guy. And I don't know who the dead guy is. But there's a lot of stuff in this issue I don't understand. And like the new Punisher informant leaving. But I think it's a good starting off point. And by the time I think I've read issue 5, I think I'll be ready to start like dabbling into Punisher's history, because it kind of gives you a feel of what the character's like. The story itself is it's okay. It's nothing special. It's like the return of an old bad guy. Now, for all I know, this could be like a big deal, but I don't, because I don't know Punisher. I know Jigsaw is a bad guy, but that's only because I've watched Punisher Warzone. So yeah, if someone still listened to this, wait there, let me finish this. The art is okay. It's not. I didn't like it that much, but it's culpable. It's nothing distracting or anything, but it's nothing like you have to read this just for the art, because the art is awesome. It's okay. So anyway, if anyone's made it to the end, leave a comment below, and I don't know, you deserve like a prize, because this has been extremely long. I'm sorry for the length. I'm kind of babbling on. My videos after this will be better, I hope, but this is just, I was like, I gotta do a video. Like, everyone's doing a video now. Everyone's coming back. Oh yeah, sorry we've been late. It's been Christmas. I'm like, Jesus, it's been like a month. So yeah, I did a video. My pull list, really late pull list. Probably no one's gonna make it to the end. But if you did, put a comment below. I will like 100 of your videos. If you have 100 videos, I don't know. I'm really tired. So yeah, I'm going to maybe do another review, but I'm going to think about it before doing it this time. If I end up putting this up, thank you for listening.